am with Femi Daudi. Femi Daudi is HSE engineer with Shell Canada. Let's have a chit chat with Femi. Thank you. Thank you so much, Femi, for giving us this time. I have a couple of questions for you. First question, can you tell us briefly about yourself?
Okay, so my name is Femi Daudu. I graduated Bachelor of Science in Electronic and Electrical Engineering, and then I worked in Nigeria's oil and gas sector for about 4.5 years, and then went to do my master's degree in fire and explosion engineering from the University of Leeds in UK. And then I worked for a year plus in England, and then I moved to Canada. I've been in Canada for 8 years now. I'm a professional engineer of Canada, and I've been working as a consultant, as a project engineer in the technical safety field. And my current role is as a technical safety engineer with Shell Canada.
So could you tell us about HSE as what is HSE basically in Canada?
Okay.
In how many parts is divided?
Okay, so HSSC usually in Shell terms and generally in the industry is health, safety, security, and environment. And some other places they also add social responsibility. So basically there are two major parts of HSSC. Of course, you have the environment part, you have the environmental engineer, you have the health part, which are like the industrial hygienists, that make sure that, people are safe at drinking good water, quality water on the plants, and that, air pollution levels and so on are acceptable. But when you talked about safety, the safety part of it is divided into two: safety engineering and then occupational and construction safety. So for safety engineering, you need to have an engineering degree and probably some work experience on projects to be able to do safety engineering. A safety related engineering master's degree is always an advantage. Not always the case, but having an engineering degree and work experience is the minimum requirement. For occupational safety, I think it's always good to have a science degree, bachelor's degree in some kind of science related subject. Sometimes I've seen people that have a bachelor's degree in economics still work in the occupational safety field, because at the end of the day, once you have a degree, you can always do courses to upgrade and to understand the safety world better. So for occupational safety, some of the courses you can do, the NEBOSH sort of certifications you can get. You can take short courses in safety and in safety leadership all around. And so that's good. Short courses in construction safety as well, to be an effective occupational safety person. For technical safety, you can take courses in HAZOP, risk management, layer of protection analysis, LOPA, SAIL, and some of those methodologies that are used in estimating risk on the process and on the oil and gas, in the oil and gas project. You can take some of those courses and be familiar with them. Quantitative risk assessment. So those are some of the courses that are sort of related to the engineering and the calculation aspect of safety, which is safety engineering.
So as a foreign graduate, what are the basic things he or she should have before entering this industry? I mean, getting a first job in Canada, what are the basic essentials he or she has?
So getting the first job in Canada in the safety field, one of the basic essentials is, to have your qualifications, like at least a degree in an engineering or science related studies course. So once you have that, you come to Canada, you should try to get a Canadian certification. It might be one of the safety certification in Canada is certified safety professional. So if you get a certified safety professional, then you get some attention on your resume. You can get job in occupational safety easily. You know, sometimes even in safety engineering, if you're an engineer with that certificate, so it draws attention to your resume. The other aspect will be to try to look for opportunities to at least join the workforce, you know, maybe looking at consultants or EPCs that might be needing help on projects, find out where the project is going on, and then you go there. Or LinkedIn, sometimes a lot of safety engineers are on LinkedIn. You can just talk to them. People in Canada are always happy to help and to direct you. So you just say, you know, I'm a new immigrant here. I have safety engineering background. What do you think I should be doing? What are the projects that are hiring people right now? Because once there's a project, you know, you have a good chance of getting in because there's a hiring sort of spree that goes on with projects.
So how much time this safety certification, which you said, would require to be finished?
That CSP, I believe, is just an exam, but in order to prepare for it, there are materials that you have to pay for. I can't remember how much the form is now. I think it might be up to $400 to $500 to get that safety, Canadian safety professional or Canadian registered safety professional. So the Canadian one is the Canadian registered safety professional. The US one is the certified safety professional. So I think it costs about $400 to get that course, and it takes to prepare for it might take up to, depending on your background. If you have no background in safety, it might take you up to 3 to 6 months. If you have some background in safety, it might take you less than that.
So what's the role of NEBOSH and IOSH in our industry here in Canada?
Okay, so NEBOSH is a recognized certificate that I've seen a lot of safety professionals, they have that. And you know, once you bring NEBOSH to Canada, if you have that, then it draws attention to your resume. So even before you get your Canadian safety professional certification, you can find work with NEBOSH. And you might, you know, depending on how your opportunities are, you might not even need to be in a hurry to get a Canadian safety professional accreditation because NEBOSH is well recognized in the occupational safety field and in the construction safety field.
So how you see HSE in 5 years from now on in Canadian market?
Yeah, I think right now is a very good time to get into HSE. I've had people talk to me and I just recommend some companies for them, some consulting companies that are looking for people, and they get in because right now because of YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, everybody's aware of safety now. You can't just blow up your plant and keep it quiet. It's bad reputation for you. So all companies are hiring people to make sure that they demonstrate due diligence, that they have taken due diligence to safety. So normally safety was like a part-time role or maybe a contract role. A lot of companies are really spending more time and effort to hire safety people so that they can make sure that they are not having any incidents, especially, you know, because there's one part of it is the engineering, where you make sure you design your engineering well and your process is safe to operate. The other part is the construction safety, you know, to make sure that people are safe as they are building your plant, in the plant, and all those places, because Alberta is a booming market with a lot of project work. There's always room for engineering safety. There's always room for construction safety as well.
So is there any final comments for the newcomers?
I'll say that, you know, as a newcomer to Canada, sometimes it looks overwhelming, but make sure you talk to people. People are always willing to help, even if they are strangers and you've never met them before. Talk to them. I've seen a lot of people get jobs like in their second or third week just because they've been on LinkedIn just before coming to Canada and they've already started talking to people. So the more people you talk to, they might not have anything to offer you, just advice, but just keep talking to people. I think that's the main advice that I will give somebody coming. And don't be discouraged if you get a few rejections. The longer you stay, the easier it will become for you.
Thank you so much, Femi. Hope the people will like it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.